Inspiration comes in many forms and can be very elusive. It can be the bane of any artist, but it can also be a treasure trove of creativity and ideas, helping you avoid the dreaded blank page syndrome. While I go through various ways you can get your creativity flowing, you can see the process of an art piece I did a few years ago as a gift to my brother for his 50th birthday. It is a drawing done using watercolor pencils followed by wet brushes to give it a watercolor painting look. I have gathered 10 ways to help you find inspiration and ideas and encourage creativity for your art. So stick around. Before we move on, I just want to let you know that you will find a link to the blog post this video is based on in the description below, and in there you will find links to pretty much everything mentioned here. Number 1. Draw what's in front of you. No inspiration? No creativity? No problem. Take your drawing tools and start sketching either an object or the whole scene that is in front of you. This kind of exercise is perfect for filling your sketchbook with. If you want to draw something else, grab another object or just bring your drawing tools with you, rinse and repeat. It's great for warming up and getting looser with your drawing. It's excellent practice for both painting and drawing. Number 2. Make a list of ideas. Painter-illustrator author Bert Dodson said, "Creativity is a lot like happiness. It shows up when you're thinking of something else." Professional artists know the importance of capturing inspiration when it comes because it is so fleeting. Often it will come to you when you're not doing art, like when you are in the shower, taking a walk, or while working. Because of this, you should have a way to take notes wherever you are. Either get a small notebook that you can write on, or use your smartphone with a note-taking app like Evernote, OneNote, or Google Keep, where you can take notes and archive them for later retrieval. You could also use Notepad or any word processor, or use a whiteboard, an email draft, a Pinterest board. Heck, you could even write your ideas on pieces of paper and put them in a hat to draw from. Basically, anything you can use to store ideas and retrieve them later on. Whenever a new idea of something to draw comes to your mind, add it to your list. Don't wait, or just like dreams, it will fade from memory and you will most likely forget it. It might also be useful and productive to add to your list things that you are struggling with in your art. Hands, faces, body proportions, water reflections, perspective, etc. It's a great way to improve. I like to classify my list by subjects and then subdivide the list by specific items. It helps to find things later on. Here's an example list of drawing ideas to get you started. You can pause the video here if you want to take notes. You can also find a version of this list in my blog post. Number 3. Use drawing prompts. One thing that sometimes helps people fuel their ideas is a list of drawing prompts. It's basically a pre-made list of ideas, often meant as a daily challenge to get you going. It's a good way to form the habit to draw every day. It can be very specific or vague on purpose. You might have seen drawing prompts for challenges like Inktober, Mermaid, Acrylic April, or Pixel Dailies. A simple web search for art prompts, drawing prompts, or drawing challenges will help you find many of them. You can also find a bunch of art prompts and ideas that I collect on my Pinterest account, as well as many other things art related. You can find a link to that in the video description. Number 4. Try out an art prompt generator app or website. You may have heard of Josiah Brooks, better known as Jazza on YouTube. He has an app called Jazza's Arty Games, not a sponsor, which can help you practice and improve your art. It contains several modes and challenges. It is not free, but it is pretty cheap. It is quite useful and very customizable. It is available for Windows, Android, and iOS. I often use a feature called Custom Generator, in which I have configured categories of things I enjoy drawing, for example animals, characters, environments, but I also have categories which will affect the way the art looks, like mood, styles, position or action, and media. And when I run it, I may get something like Kraken crawling with a simple background, storyboarded using one colored pencil, or horseshoe crab laughing maniacally in an Arctic climate, drawn like a caricature using ink and watercolor pencils. As you can see, the possibilities are endless and you can easily randomize the results by simple press of a button. Another tool which I enjoy using is Drawception, similar to an older game I used to play but has since been discontinued called Draw My Thing, where you get to draw with other people online, and all you need is a web browser, an internet connection, and a mouse or drawing tablet, or a phone or tablet with or without a stylus. It's like the classic telephone game, but with drawing and thousands of players, miscommunication and hilarity ensues. You might also want to check out these online prompt generators: artprompt.org's Art Prompt Generator, Random Art Prompt Generator, and Alexander Lozada's Random Drawing ID Generator 3.0. You will find links to these in my blog post. Number 5. Make mood boards or use reference pictures. A mood board is a collection of images with a specific theme. It's a way to give a mood or feeling to a project you're working on. You can use various tools to make professional mood boards, but the simplest is probably by using Pinterest boards. Just hunt for images and colors that inspire you and group them on a board. You can have several boards, each targeted towards a specific mood or theme. For example, you could have a board with nature images, animals, plants, landscapes, or you can have one for fantasy with art and photos from Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, artwork by Frank Frazetta, etc. People also sometimes use mood boards to group images with the same color scheme. Another way to use images for inspiration, similar to mood boards, would be an app like PureRef to display a group of reference pictures. It lets you add images directly from the web or your own collection. You can even use copy-paste, and then you can reorganize them however you like, resize them, including a really neat option to normalize selected images to make them all the same height or width, crop them, flip them horizontally or vertically, display as a window or full screen, and the option to have it always on top or not. I use it often when doing research for an art piece. PureRef is available for Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux, and is not a sponsor. It's just an application I find useful, and I thought I would share it with you. It used to be free, but now I believe it is donationware, so just give whatever amount you think it is worth. Number 6. Use your own photos as reference for drawing. I find it a lot easier to draw something from a photo than trying to come up with ideas of what to draw, and sometimes it's just what you need to get better and stay inspired to draw. Whenever I'm on the go and I see an interesting scenery, I make sure to take a few photos for later reference. Gathering all your reference material together in one spot or folder also makes it a lot easier to manage. Number 7. Do observational drawing. Drawing from life is a tried and true method of training your eyes and your drawing hand. Rather than using a pre-framed and pre-rendered image of a photograph, you have control over how you frame your drawing, and you have to make decisions on how to render your image as light and shadow is constantly changing in the natural environment. Number 8. Experiment with the scribble method. Usually when I don't know what to draw, I just don't know where to start. But once I get going, it can often flow from idea to idea until the artwork, or at least the main composition of it, is done. One thing that can help you out is your subconscious and your creative mind. By drawing a few lines and scribbles on your page, and then taking a step back, looking at patterns and forms that the lines make together, you might see something in them that you can then use to start your drawing. It's just like looking at a bunch of fluffy clouds where you see a bunny or a face in them. I haven't used this method in a while, but you can check out this drawing I posted to Instagram a while back that I made using this method. Number 9. Travel or go on vacation. A great way to get your creative juices going is by traveling to see new horizons. It's usually just a change of pace and scenery you need to resource yourself and start anew. You will see new visuals, meet new people, hear new stories, all of which will enrich your library of ideas. Be sure to take photos of interesting sights and people during your trip. Number 10. Browse art collections, artist portfolios, art of books. Art by other artists can be an immense source of inspiration. Some people may feel discouraged when seeing art that is better than what they could do, but personally I see it as a potential skill I could eventually reach. It inspires me to improve and work harder and smarter. You can find lots of artists to browse from in person by going to art galleries and museums, and online by going to Instagram, ArtStation, Behance, and DeviantArt, among others. Bonus idea: brainstorming. I could have included this at number 2 since technically you end up with a list when brainstorming, but because it is usually done in one session and has a few things you should consider for getting a successful outcome, I thought I would add it as a bonus. The best way to have a good idea is to have a lot of ideas. A whiteboard, physical or virtual, works nicely for this, but a piece of paper or a note-taking app will work as well. A successful brainstorming session comes in 3 or 4 steps. Number 1, define. Give your brainstorming session a title that will get your juices going. For example, what can I draw next? Or ideas for drawing, or inspiration for drawing, etc. Writing down what you are trying to solve or find will help give focus to your brainstorming. Number 2, collect. Brain dump. Write down any idea that comes to your mind, however silly or unrealistic it may seem. It is important at this point not to judge what you put down, nor try to evaluate if what you write is a good idea or not. Remember, you are going for quantity. Evaluating if you have quality will come later. Number 3, group. Bunch items by themes or subjects. This step is optional. Look at your jumble of words and try to group related words. For example, animals, locations, scenarios, people. If items can belong to more than one group, don't be shy to write them more than once. Number 4, analyze. Look at your list. Is there anything in there that pops out at you? Anything that seems more interesting than the rest? Circle or highlight those items. Also, make good use of your list of ideas from earlier in the video and add those new brainstorming ideas to it. Thank you for watching. If you found the video helpful or inspiring, paint the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. To see more of my art, sketches, and progress shots, check out my Instagram. And if you'd like to see my art being done in real time, check out my live stream on Twitch every Saturday and Sunday evenings at 7 Eastern Standard Time. Did I miss anything that inspires you? Be sure to comment below to share with others what helps you to get your imagination going. Thank you for your support and enjoy your newfound creativity.